Welcome to the Advised Show, media with the common sense approach. So a man found out that his wife was having an affair with the pastor of a church. The man went to confront the pastor in service, and the pastor ended up killing this man because he had a concealed carry. Let me go roll the clip.
Those who knew Deontay Smith say he was an all-around great guy, a leader on and off the field for the Michigan Lightning football team.
Deontay was a great person. I've known him for about 7 years. Not only a great person, he's a great leader. He's one of our most valuable players on our defense.
Police say the 25-year-old went to Sunday service at City of God Ministries on Grand River on Detroit's west side with a brick in hand. They say the pastor pulled out a gun and fired several shots, killing Deontay Smith. The writing had been on the wall for weeks on Smith's Facebook page, posting on September 16th, quote, "Can't wait to see Sunday message at the City of God Ministry. I'll be there with the truth." He left this comment under that post, writing, "That wasn't my baby." Friends say Smith was crushed after announcing on Facebook that his wife was pregnant, only to learn the pastor of his church was the father.
Where he was tired of dealing with the pastor and letting him know, like, I found out this and this and this. The pastor was on his head, like, looking for him.
April Roberts says Smith looked up to the pastor. He was like a father figure to him.
You see him and you mentor him as a father, like, or a son-like kid who, if you see him with a brick welling at you, shoot him 5 times in the chest.
This story is one of the main reasons that a lot of people, especially our young people, don't want no dealings with church. And I support them 100%. And I'm going to tell you why I support them. Because what's going on in a lot of these so-called Christian churches today isn't the teachings of Jesus, that's for sure. I tell people all the time, I don't follow that stuff. I follow the teachings of Christ. And the teachings of Christ don't have nothing to do with this mess that's going on in these churches today. You have that female. Let's go ahead and put the pictures back up. You have that female in the middle. Her name is Tykia Smith. That's the wife of that young brother. Now, this young brother, he's a young man. He's married, plays semi-pro football, Christian young man. He just wanted to do things right for his family. Now, you have that pastor, Keon Allison, 36 years old. He's married as well. And he's up there betraying the trust of this young man who looked up to them, who looked up to him as a spiritual father. And yet he's going around sleeping with his wife, get his wife pregnant, thought that the child was his, found out it was for the pastor. The young man went to confront this guy in front of everybody. Yeah, he had a brick in his hand. Well, come on, think about his position. He was upset. And this guy is going to pull out his gun and shoot him in the chest multiple times and kill him. This is the stuff that's going on in these Christian churches right now. In a lot of them, you're sitting up there pimping the money. Y'all, every 5 minutes, you want a tithe and an offering for every doggone thing. You're sitting up there sleeping with women, other people's wives, and everything else that a lot of these preachers are doing. You're not doing nothing for the community. You're not standing up against none of the issues. You're scared. You don't want to buck against the grain, even though you know there's a lot of sin and unrighteousness going on in America, but you don't care about that because you want to make sure to get your tithe money on Sunday. You sit up here looking like $1 million, driving all kind of expensive cars, expensive suits, and everything else. It's just a game for a lot of you. It's a game. And people are sick and tired of your game. People are sick and tired of you playing with God and playing with church. And one thing the Bible does teach, a lot of false teachers and false prophets going to rise in the last day. And we see plenty of that. That's why more and more people are turning away from these church houses because they're sick and tired of their behinds. This stuff is just beyond sick to me. I have gotten tired of a lot of them myself because y'all not doing nothing out here fighting against the issues in our community at all. You don't stand up against police brutality. You don't fight against the miseducation of our children. You don't try to help create jobs. You don't try to help with our kids going to college and creating businesses. You're not trying to do nothing, but every time you look up, you got your hand out wanting some tithes, or you sitting up there, slinging peanuts all over the place in the church house, because these women don't have no kind of real men in their life, and they look up to you because you got some sort of influence and power. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these women, if they see a guy that has some sort of money, power, and respect, they're gonna fall all the time for him. And that's just the truth for what it is. They look up to this guy. They see all this stuff about him. Don't care if you're married. Don't care about anything. Don't have no moral code at all, because we do what we want to do now. This story is just sick to me. And was all this worth that little female? Seriously, that's stupid. And I'm not talking about the young man that went to confront him, but like, man, it's like this chick should feel like a piece of crap. Takia, you should feel like a piece of crap. You caused the death of that young man due to your hoeing, straight up. And then this pastor, you ain't no better either. You a hoe just as much as she is. With cheating on your wife and getting this other woman pregnant. That's why people are sick and tired of y'all. That's why they don't want to hear no talk of no church. Because the real people that follow church and follow God is people like Martin Luther King. Because he got outside the four walls of the church and fought in society to change things. He didn't stay in the four walls of the church asking people for tithe money 24/7. So he can go buy the latest Cadillac. So he can go buy the latest suits. Every time you look up, well, you give to the man of God, you're going to be blessed. He's the only one blessed and you don't get nothing? I don't understand some of y'all. You're going to give and invest into somebody, give and invest in somebody you see who's out there doing the work. See that person out there care about the community. See, that person really want to do things that's going to help spread the message that we need to heal our community. That's the people you need to support. Don't support them just because they got a cross on the top of that church house. We need to get away from that sort of thing. Because the people who actually love God won't do that, because you love your wife, you respect the word of God, you respect other people. That man was a devil completely, a pure devil. And his wife needed divorces behind and clean him out, because this guy is just sorry. He is so sorry for what he did. But you know what? If he get away with it, God's going to deal with him. God going to judge him. You can't escape the judgment of God. Hit me up in the comments, future commentaries, subscribe.